What's up, Ragin Nation? How y'all doing? This is Alex. You watching the Ragin Ronin review. I got a review for you. Last night I saw Two Guns. Two Guns is an action movie directed by Baltazar Kormaker. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Anyways, he directed Contraband, and Contraband also starred Mark Wahlberg, and now Mark Wahlberg and Baltazar Kormaker are back with Two Guns along with Denzel Washington. It also stars Paula Patton, Bill Paxton, Fred Ward, and James Marsden. So it's a pretty solid cast, and this is, I have to say, a pretty solid action movie. It's a decent action movie. It's not a great action movie, but it's a decent one with a very formulaic story. With regards to the story, it is something that we've seen before. It's about it's essentially a conspiracy, two guys working together to get revenge against the guys who hired them and turned on them. So that's what the story is really about. I'm not going to say too much about it, but we've seen this kind of movie, this kind of story done before, all right? But the one thing that makes this movie stand out is not really the story. It's not the action. The action's decent. The action's pretty entertaining, but it's nothing special. The one thing that makes this movie very, very watchable is the characters. Denzel Washington and Mark Wahlberg have excellent chemistry together. It's kind of like how it was fun to watch Martin Lawrence and Will Smith in the first Bad Boys movie. There was this great energy, this great charisma, and I loved watching them together because when you're watching it, you know that they're having fun with each other. So that's the great thing about this movie. As for the rest of it, you got some decent action, mostly a lot of shoot 'em up action sequences. It's a very violent film. But as for the story, the whole time you're trying to figure out, who's the main bad guy behind this movie, and it has you trying to predict the story as you're watching the movie, and then somehow, some way, you eventually predict it. It's really quite predictable, and in some ways they just spell it out for you because I guess at this point it's no longer that significant. You really just want to see our two main leads just win at the end, and just prevail at the end. And it's just a lot of fun to watch the two together. Even when they're not even shooting guns, watching the two bickering and telling jokes to each other, it's really something that is very entertaining. So I'm going to have to say that this was a pretty enjoyable film. Nothing too special in terms of action and story, but it is fun to watch if you're really watching it for the characters because there's some pretty good dialogue and pretty good acting in this movie. Alright, so I give it a 6.5 out of 10, and that's all I gotta say about this movie. If you're looking for a movie that is just kind of I guess, an action movie that you don't really have to think about too much, and you like Mark Wahlberg and you like Denzel Washington, definitely watch this movie, alright? Go check it out, 6.5 out of 10. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation, also follow me on Twitter, @RaginNation. My name is Alex Yu, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. They move in a way where you feel that they're big and clunky, but they do a lot of cool stuff, okay? There are essentially 5 different joggers.